Asher is in some ways a really typical 4-year-old, but then he's just got little pieces that are quirky and not quite there. Sometimes he would have these meltdowns, and they'd get pretty big. I mean, he would push all the books off the shelf in the living room, or one time he even flipped the coffee table. And it was more than just your typical 2-year-old, I want more lollipops or whatnot. And we were in the process of getting a diagnosis for him, and we were thinking it was going to be an autism diagnosis, but we weren't sure. And CDS recommended North Star Learning Center with Easter Seals, and so we came in, and we weren't really sure. We were kind of like, you know, is this going to be the right fit? We don't even know what's going on with him. And the amazing thing was right off the bat, they just said, whatever's going on, we're going to help him. I remember the first day I actually left him at school, and I went home and I sat next to the phone. I think it was tough for him as well, in that he hit all of his milestones until he was about 18 months. He was walking at 10 months, and by 18 months he was saying no thank you and more please, and was just doing really great. And then he started losing the words and started not meeting milestones. And then I noticed little things like he wouldn't respond to his name, and he would stare off at a shadow for like 15, 20 minutes. Just sort of unusual things that didn't quite fit together. And now he's speaking in full sentences, and he's asking friends to play, and he can tell me about his day, and just really incredible things that don't seem like a big deal to parents with typical kids, but he's using scissors, and he's trying to copy drawing lines now, and he's just really aware of the world, and he is introducing his brother to people when we're out and about, and it's just incredible to have this child who now never stops talking. And I don't know what I would do if Easter Seals hadn't opened him up like that, because before I really felt like I was losing my child, and I didn't know what was going on in his little mind. And I think that every parent really looks forward to that moment when they start to get an inkling of what their child's thinking and how they perceive the world, and that just wasn't coming. And I'm absolutely convinced that Melissa and her team in Purple Stars just sort of like magically unlocked him, and it's been floodgates ever since. New things every day. The staff to me is like family. I don't even know where to start in describing the differences they've made for Asher and for our family. I used to be a teacher myself, and you do forget the students' names over time. They all kind of blur together, and you remember the faces, but I know that even if they forget him and they forget our family and the difference they've made, I will never, never forget any of them. They have such love and patience, and I didn't really know that anyone could dig that deep for my kiddo except for me. And every day when I drop him off, they're pushing him to do more, and they're extending this wealth of patience that I didn't even really know existed in the world. They're really incredible people, and I don't think they know that either, and that makes it all the more magical, is that every day they're trying harder because they don't even know how great they are.